Well, I don't know where to get the share button once we're live. Is this the share button? What does this do? Hey, it is. Give me one moment to share this in the Facebook group. Sorry for the delay. And in the Slack channel, which is open. Starting now! Exclamation point. Ah! Post. Everything seems to go awry at the same time. But it's just perception, man. Hey, Steve. Hey, Jay Watson. I'm just posting the link for YouTube starting now in the Slack, now that I posted it in the Facebook. So I am now live on YouTube. And it's using that thumbnail right now, so that's funny. Okay. Well, let me double check me here. Looking good. All right. I think we did it. I think one of us did it. Okay. Don't need that anymore. And we're cruising. Very good. All right. So, welcome. Monday night. It's not Monday night. Welcome to Thursday night. I shot the Monday brain dump today. We're finishing up our unit, our weekly unit on top of half guard. And tonight we're talking about what to do when you have two knees on the ground. Okay, so I always tell you to switch your hips. I always tell you that, like, if somebody elbow escapes this leg, that we switch our hips and then we get to work. This stuff, or we're stepping out, or we're stepping over. Okay. But that's not, sometimes half guard looks like this. They catch my leg and I'm actually like still kind of here. Some people prefer the half guard that I'm going to show today, and maybe that's you. You definitely don't have to do everything I think is best, because I didn't do everything my coaches thought was the best always. But when you find your thing, there's no denying. I will never deny you your thing. So if you like one thing more than another, by all means, you'll teach me at that point, because you'll teach me, no, like, it's not all cons, like I have found pros here, here, and here. Okay, so top half guard, two knees down. That's the topic. If I'm here in mount and somebody elbow escapes one leg, one of my options is this, is to play from this position with two knees down. Now, I don't want to leave a big open space here that somebody can underhook. So I'm going to take care of that the same way I take care of, the same way I handle their arm inside mount. So if we step back for a moment and imagine that I'm inside mount on somebody and their head is over here, say, their feet are over here. We like to get under the head. I'd love to get the underhook, right? This is side control one, right? Get under the head, get under the arm. And then I want to scrape their arm up so that it's stuck in here. And so that they're on the ground with their arms scraped up. In side mount, when they can't get their arm back to the ground, they can't start doing elbow escapes and some other good stuff down there. So I take away one of their good weapons. In half guard, I'd like to do the same thing. They get under this leg. I'd like to get under the arm, under the head. And again, I'd actually like my other knee, as high up into their armpit as possible. Like I said, I talk about people getting an underhook on this leg being something you don't want, that they reach under and they get a dive underneath and start going for deep half guard stuff. Well, you can kind of stop that if your knee is high enough in their armpit. I would say it's an imperfect plug, but you won't be there forever. So here, I get my under on the arm, under on the head, and I put those together. And then I'm going to put my knee near their body and up in their armpit as high as I can. Okay. Now, the two good things about the knee are, one, I'm dealing with their arm a little bit, trying to make it harder for them to underhook my leg. Two, maybe there's three good things. Two, I have great base. I have fantastic base right here. It's going to be very hard to sweep me or do anything else unless they do succeed and start getting underneath me, which I've made harder. But three, with my knee up here, my foot is also higher. And I can actually use my foot, let me see, this is a good angle. I can actually use my foot to catch, to put it over one of their legs. Their legs are here and here, and I'm going to hook over their leg and use my foot to pry my leg free. Okay, so they catch this leg. I'm looking for the arm and head. I want my knee up in the armpit. And now I'm going to use my foot. Can you see that in there? I'm going to use my foot to hook over their leg, which is holding onto my leg. Okay. And now I'm going to bring my head to the other side of their head. So I'm chest to chest now. But after I get that hook, I can start working my pass. My pass involves me posting on my head and knee cutting. So I'm going to post my head on the other side of their head here, and I'm under their shoulder. I'll take this hand out also for base. And now, because I'm hooking and keeping their leg down while I posture up, I can post my hips up and cut my knee now across between my foot and my head, which are on the ground, and I can kick their leg off. Okay, so I'm gonna do that a few times, and we're gonna do some reps on. Okay. I am under, and I scrape the arm up with this one. Now this is the foot that's caught. Okay, I'm going to hook their leg with this foot. This foot here is going to hook over their leg that's holding onto my leg. And bring my head to the other side and post, hips up, knee cut, and have your foot help your legs at the last moment if you need to. I'm going to give you a few angles on this. Again, I get head and arm, and I get my knee up in their armpit as much as I can. Now this foot is free to hook. I'm going to hook their leg here. Now I'm going to put my head on the other side. Forehead is good. Hips up nice and high, and then cut my knee right through this space here. Kick my leg free as necessary. Okay, I'm gonna get just a little bit more mat on camera if I can here for Facebook. No, I don't want to do any of those things. Okay. Underhook the head and arm, get my knee up in their armpit, and now I can use my foot, post my head, hips up, knee cut. Free your leg with the other leg. Underhook the head and arm. I'm going to bring my knee in, trying to shut down that space there, keep their arm sort of in one place where I can see it. I'm going to use this foot. I'm going to turn myself a little bit. Head and arm, knee. Use this foot as a hook. Head and hand can come to the mat here. Post up, cut across, kick my leg free. This might be the angle. I'm going to stay here. My far leg, it's harder for you to see. This leg gets caught. Underhook the head and arm. Knee comes into the armpit. Foot hook. Head switch. Butt up. Knee cut. Kick free. Okay? So underhooks. Knee. Head switch. Butt up. Knee cut. Kick free. Underhooks and knee, foot hook, head switch, butt up, knee cut, kick free. Underhook the head and arm, get my knee close to them and up high. That makes a nice hook here possible. So foot hook, head switch, butt up, knee cut. I'm going to do two more. Here. Grab their head and arm. They caught my leg on the far side here. They got this leg. I'm going to underhook, get my knee close and inside, foot hook. Head to the other side, butt up, knee cut, and kick free. Last one. Set up my position, head switch, butt up, and knee cut. Good. Okay? This one you'll see at the highest levels of jiu-jitsu. You'll see every time, Andre Galvin or, Margarita or Salo Ribeiro, the famous guys through time, get caught in half guard. One of the first things you'll see them do is try and get a foot hook, trying to free their leg using the other foot, okay? That's the world we don't spend as much time in because we focus more on switching the hips, but that is going to be your go-to for two knees down. Okay, two knees down, one foot clears the other leg. That's sort of like bread and butter stuff. Okay. By the way, ask any questions you like as we go. Oh, Croyler texted me. How are you? Croyler Gracie just texted me. How are you? I'll get back to him later. Good job. I was just listening to his podcast before this. Okay. Lockdown escape. no, before we get to lockdown escapes, which I want to do tonight, if there's time, I want to do the double over sprawl pass. Oh, this is a quick instruction because it's almost a concept. It's so simple, and you could do it so messy, but still make it work. If I'm here and somebody catches this leg, I was mounted, they elbow escape, and they catch this leg. I can do this. I'm going to get the same setup, same body setup, which is the underhooks and the knee. And that's just basic positioning from here. But if I'm having trouble doing anything else, matter of fact, this one's perfect when they are just squeezing the life out of this leg. They have a leg on each side, and they are just squeezing as hard as they can because they're just trying to shut down any space that you could possibly use, for example, to get your toes in. So you're trying to get your toes in, and they're just super holding onto your leg. Perfect time to use this one. This is the double over sprawl. I'm here, my knee is in. Now, I'm chest to chest right now. I'm going to switch to chest to abdomen. So I just go lower on their body. And now with my weight and chest and head on them, I'm going to take these off and I'm going to wrap her over both of their legs. Remember, I came down south, so I was on their chest. Arms were about at the stomach. When I'm on the stomach, my arms are around the hips. So I'm going to go under their butt and around over the top of both legs. And then I'm going to sprawl. Sprawl all the way through. And what happens is maybe they're holding super tight, but when you go double over and then you sprawl, it's too far. You're taking your leg too far away for them to hold on to. That's why I say it's almost a concept more than a move. Get my under the arm, under the head, sort of side control one. Get my knee in here. This is the leg they've got. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go south, right, from my chest to the abdomen. And then I'm going to wrap around their hips underneath their butt. So I'm wrapped, I'll show you in a sec. Wrapped under their butt, holding onto their legs, and their legs are wrapped around here and crossed right here. So I'm going to attack the cross of their ankles by keeping their butt where it is and sprawling myself way back. After their legs pop open, you should be able to walk around their legs and climb your way up their body, okay? When you wrap over, you're wrapping right here. So you're going from a head and arm control up top, then you bring your chest to the stomach and your arms wrap around here, right under the butt. This is what I'm talking about. That's where the clasp of my hands will be after I wrap over. So one more time. Let's do it 3 more times. Right? So get the head and arm, bring your knee in. Go bring your chest south, right? You're gonna have to put I'm having to put my head on the ground just for some base. Hold behind, underneath their butt, over their legs, and then sprawl away. Boom, legs pop open, and now you can start trying to come around. Boom, but your leg is free, right? Let's do it again. I'm here, my knees up. This is the leg they've got. I'm gonna go from chest to chest to chest to stomach. Reach around the hips, hold over the legs, and sprawl. Sorry, buddy, nobody's legs are this long, right? You can do this to your tallest opponent. Okay? Under the head and arm, bring that knee into the equation. So that's just like a position. This is the one they've got. Chest to abdomen. Now wrap your arms over their legs and under their butt. The clasp of your hands under their butt. And extend past the clasp of the ankles as far as the person could possibly go and further. And then when you come up, you'll kind of be climbing your way back up the person, considering how far south you went. Or you'll disengage and it'll be a scramble. But you're no longer in the death grip of their 2 legs, right? Okay. So those are the 2. I'm going to give you two knees down options, and they are by far the most common, I would say. So the foot frees the leg, and the double over sprawl. Those are the two knees down options for you. And then I just want to talk about, because they're related, and because this is definitely a topic that we should talk about when it comes to top of half guard. I want to talk about lockdown escapes. We'll do that now. Yeah, we got time. So there's like 15 minutes before Katie. So I have 3. Get myself in frame. I have 3 lockdown escapes for you, and 2 of them do relate to what we just did. So I feel like this is all part and parcel here. If I get caught in lockdown, so it was someone's in front of me here, and they're wrapped around this leg. Okay. The only way I'm getting caught in lockdown is if my knee's on the ground. If we do our hip switch thing and I'm here and my foot is close to their butt, it's not going to be possible for them to hook your foot to extend your leg. Lockdown, for those who haven't heard the term, just they grab my ankle with 2 feet and they extend my leg. It does a great job in defending the bottom person from my weight and my forward progression and my progression really in any direction. So it's a good, effective thing to do. When I'm on top, his leg's around one of my legs. The only way you're getting caught in lockdown, I'm just going to reiterate this because this is why I like to switch my hips so it's not there, is if this knee is on the floor. I mean, even if somebody wraps their legs, even if you do this, you're not going to get caught in lockdown. You just don't want the knee that's trapped between their legs on the floor. Rule of thumb. Okay. Even if you did this, you'd be in better shape. Okay. Although you'd have to watch your base. All right. So to break free from lockdown, let's say I was here and someone extended my leg. Okay. One of the easiest ways to get out of lockdown is to do just what we just did, actually. They've got the lockdown, and I'm here, and I'm going to bring my chest to the abdomen, wrap underneath their butt, and even lockdown's not strong enough when I get this kind of distance to keep those feet, even a fancy lockdown, to keep those feet from popping open. You get enough distance, and you'll clear it, okay? So I was here, and they caught this leg. So I'm going to go to the abdomen, wrap over the butt, and extend, sprawling backwards. Notice I bring my hip all the way to the floor, and I get maximum distance back here. Let's do that just a couple times because it's literally, really is the same thing we just did. I'm here, I get caught in lockdown. I'm going to bring my chest to the abdomen, wrap over the legs, I'm over the quads, and I'm like clasping under the butt. And I'll keep their butt up here while I extend the legs back here. So my clasp is still under their butt. I'm so super far from them. You will have broken open anybody's lockdown on you, half guard or lockdown. Okay, so I'm doing that one now because that's like really, it's the same as the 2 knees down half guard escape. You can use it there or when they've set up a whole lockdown position. Okay, the other lockdown that's like kind of fancy. I mean, I'm always going to go to the third one that I'm going to show you. I personally always go to the third one. But that first one, super effective, super effective. Second one is also related to what we did with 2 knees down. If you remember the one foot helping the other, there's actually a way to do that with lockdown as well. And it's this here. If I'm trying to think of a good angle. If I'm here and somebody extends this, yeah, that's a good angle. I'm here, they're wrapped around my far leg from your camera view, and they extend my leg, okay? What I can do is this. I can rock outwards. You notice I'm rocking away and then back towards. And I can actually use that little bit of momentum to create a foot hook. Now I'm over their leg, okay? But I can't tripod here. They're extending my leg still. They've got a hook underneath my shin, like my shoelaces. That's where their foot is, okay? So there is no extending, there is no pulling my leg up, and there is no pulling my butt up. Right, I'd have to put my shin down, my toes down, possibly to butt up, firstly. But so what we're going to do is this: I wag out, I wag in, and I get an overhook. And now bring your toes to the ceiling. You want to bring your heel as close to your butt as you can, and that actually pulls it off of the ledge of their hook. So they have a hook underneath, which can extend away and which can like lift up, but not all the way. So when I come up to here, I make it possible for myself now to come out and knee cut. Okay, so I get caught in lockdown. They extend my leg. This is what it usually looks like. Caught in lockdown. Wag away, wag towards, and get a foot hook. Toes to the ceiling now. And now you should be able to peel this up, cut through, and kick free. Okay, so let's do 4 of those. Okay, just get some reps in on this one, and we have time for that. Okay. So I get caught in lockdown. What lockdown looks like is just imagine a ghost pulling your foot. It's like that. So now I'm going to just bend my knee a little bit, wag it out. So I'm going all the way to my outside of my foot, and then in, and then get that hook on your way in. Now, toes to the ceiling, and this is from where you'll be able to cut in and free your foot. A couple more. Lockdown. wag out, wag in, foot hook, toes to the ceiling, tripod, knee cut. Through, 2 more, get caught in lockdown, wag out, wag in, and get my foot hook, toes to the ceiling, butt up, knee cut. Okay, last one forward and get that foot hook. Toes to the ceiling just to disengage the lock that they have. They have power in almost every direction, but this disengages. Now come up and you should be able to cut through and free your foot. Okay, so again, that's another one that looks kind of just like our 2 knees down thing in that the foot hook helps the leg escape. Okay, so we did the foot clears the other leg and the double over sprawling from 2 knees down. And then we kind of did a version of each of those from lockdown. And then to like bring it full circle on the half guard stuff that we're doing. And Saturday, we'll do a few more things from the hip switch position from half guard 2, which looks more like this. Okay. To bring it full circle, let's look at this. If they escape and catch my leg, and then they put me in lockdown, here's the thing I most commonly actually personally do. It's 2 circles, 2 big circles. One with my arm that forces the hip switch. And now I do have my leg behind me for base, but they will be extending your leg still. They'll still have control. But this is the bottom foot of theirs. They've got toes here. So I can't escape because they can extend it. But the problem with their toes being here is I can actually not hurdle it, not go up and over. So they're hooked here. I can't just go up and over their toes because anyone could follow that. But when you back up, you disengage. And that's what we need to do. Disengaging is going to be key for this lockdown. So I'm going to go back up and over. It's a circle and it has to start backwards. Okay. So they catch my leg. I'm here. Draw a big circle with my elbow just to force the hip switch. This leg is behind me for base. And now the second circle is that one. Back up and over, and then hip, heel toe, heel toe. So if they're extending my leg pretty good, draw a circle. Maybe it takes 2. Sometimes it is hard to shake them. And then heel toe it so that your foot is close to their butt so you can be escaping. And then we can go into our passes from there. Again, I get caught here. I'm going to force the hip switch, draw a circle here, and heel toe it out. Okay. The heel toeing it out is not escaping lockdown. It's preventing the re-establishment of lockdown. Okay. I'm on top, boom, the elbow escape, and then they start catching a lockdown. I'm going to force the hip switch, boom, and then that's a big circle backwards first, boom, and then heel toe, heel toe. Okay. So your leg starts getting extended. Big circle, force the hip switch, and they may still extend your leg until you draw this circle, and then heel toe. Okay, let's do it 3 more times. So I start getting my leg extended with lockdown. It is not comfortable either, and neither is this switch. But we force our way through it, and then walk your foot up. And now I'm in a position I want to be in. That's why why it became my favorite. It's not a scramble, like I'm not at the end of the double leg sprawl. And what's the other one? Knee cutting. I have a hard time with that one personally because I just spent so much more time here. So this is just the one I like, right? They extend my leg. And my shin is basically like a key in a tumbler. And I want to, when I spin, it'll turn. It turns within the space it has. So when I say force the hip switch, I'm not saying force it against the resistance of the natural, construction of my knee or anything like that. Like I would not risk my knee over this. When they extend and I do this, my leg, just like a key in a lock, just turns, and that's okay. Okay, and now it's here, and maybe it takes a couple, right? Little circles, sort of whipping it back and around. This is not a big flexibility thing. They extend, go back, up, and over. That's it. Boom. Might take a couple. Boom. They still got me. And then one of them works. Walk your heel toe up so they don't establish it again, and now you can get to work, doing our pass. Last one, start getting my leg extended, force the switch, there's the circle, heel toe, and I'm where I want to be. Okay? You guys are going to need a couple minutes possibly just to grab some water and stuff before yoga, if you're doing yoga at 7:30. So I'm going to cut it short here. Had a little technical difficulty in the beginning. Sorry about that. But today we talked about 2 knees down and lockdown, and we saw a lot of similarities, right? Lockdown is sort of like the deepest quicksand you can get caught in with 2 knees down. And the answers are kind of the same. One foot helps the other leg. Double over sprawl. Those are both good. Or get yourself back, which we did in this last move. Get yourself back by forcing it. Forcing that, turning your leg within the lock back to a hip switched half guard, which is like that half guard 2 or the PMA half guard that we do the most. Okay, guys. Any questions, let me know. I'm happy to address it on Saturday morning when we do class again. Saturday morning, sort of have unlimited time. So I'm happy to add to the 3 moves that I have slated for Saturday, answers to any questions you guys have about top half guard. Okay, so please, by all means, let me know. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Enjoy yoga. I heard Facebook cut me off. YouTube, you wouldn't do that to me. Sean Tang, what's up, brother? All right, good to see you.